Yes, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Lifestream1 here, back with not particularly a Call of Duty video, but it is about the problem with skill-based matchmaking, or also known as engagement-based matchmaking. There's plenty of technical terms out there, whatever you want to call it, but everybody knows what skill-based matchmaking is, right? So I'm going to hit on 3 points. Call of Duty as a whole, the average player, and what's my third point? Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, and skill-based matchmaking, engagement-based matchmaking. I'm gonna hit on those 3 points, not in any particular order, but I'm gonna hit on the average player first. The average player, oh God, I understand all the meme. I get the memes, right? Call of Duty community is a meme. They don't know what they want. They want one thing, then they want another. Vocal minority. We're all a bunch of rage, baby tards, whatever the memes are, right? I get that. But for the sake of this educational quote-unquote video, the average Call of Duty player needs to understand that there are players that have been playing Call of Duty nonstop, year after year. They get every entry. I'm not saying competitive, optic, phase, $100,000 tournaments. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying a competent player that ends up maybe third, second, first. Sometimes they got a bad game here and there, but they play the game, right? A couple hours a day. They drop streaks. They're just, the average Call of Duty player, right? They're all right. They're okay. They got some plays. They fuck around sometimes. They get fucked up sometimes. Average Call of Duty player. Objectively, and also God, I'm getting ahead of myself, but you have that average player, right? And then there are just straight up just meth heads, and I shouldn't say that, but just cracked out FPS players that are coming in from the PC infrastructure. And people have these, I'll get to this other point in a second, but there's these upper echelon of players that are just good at video games or at FPS shooters in general. And that also might be compounded by them using mouse and keyboard. Again, Call of Duty isn't used to having crossplay enabled and being so gray area to where you just got PC players, Xbox players, and PS5 players all in the same lobby. It's a beautiful thing, but it's a curse all in the same time. Now that we are at where we're at, right? Hacks, strike packs, and whatever the fuck. But that's another topic. So you have you have the upper echelon of players that are just good at abusing movement, pub stomping. Even players that are on average or better than them or just as good as them. They're just very competitive and don't mind a challenge. And then there's the I'm below average player. I'm trying not to call them an idiot or whatever, but there's a type of player that needs to understand that just because they played Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3 or Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 almost damn near 8 years ago. I'm gonna try to put up the release dates of the games the Call of Duty entries that I just mentioned there, but mind you, that was almost over a decade ago, right? And these type of players have to understand that just because you hop into Call of Duty now, and you can not like a Call of Duty, that's okay. You can not like Cold War, you can not like Modern Warfare, you can not like an entry of Call of Duty, but you can't hop into Call of Duty as this type of player, get shit on, and then say it's skill-based matchmaking. Skill-based matchmaking has an effect on it, but you also have to understand that you, as a player, as a Call of Duty player that hasn't played COD in years, and you're hopping into this super hyper aggressive gaming meta that COD has come into recently, hyper aggressive movement abusing, slide canceling, really aggressive SMG usage, assault rifle usage. So I'm not forgetting about the hacks, and I'm not forgetting about the Cronus Max shit. I'm not forgetting about that, but just objectively for a moment, and streamers just showing off that shit, and just the average Call of Duty player has gotten better over the course of these years with better tools like mouse and keyboard, with new blood, just video game players that never touched COD, and they're touching the newer CODs, the more modern CODs, and they're just good at FPSs. And then you, as a below average player, some of these players are just oblivious to them not being good, or them or not realizing what could happen if you just hop into this type of environment and haven't been playing COD in the recent years, and then immediately blame skill-based matchmaking as opposed to trying to implement or get used to the current COD, the current environment, the current meta, quote unquote, that COD is in. And I have an example for this, and I'll move on to the other points. I've talked to a friend before, and I see this a lot on Reddit too. And again, take those points for what you will. But I was talking to this friend, and they were telling me like, oh, I don't like Cold War. It's not for me, or it's skill-based matchmaking. Way I'm like, okay, why exactly don't you like Cold War? They respond, skill-based matchmaking. I'm like, okay, have you tried like getting better, or And that wasn't me being a dick. I'm just like, honest question, like hop into a private match, throw on some bots, tweak with the difficulty, put on your favorite gun, your favorite streaks, fuck with the settings, I don't care what you sit in a corner, hold a lane, rush. You just get used to the core, the movement, the COD that you're playing. Well, that and their response was, well, that doesn't mimic actual player unpredictability or aggressiveness or people that sit in corners. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, that's true. So okay, don't play private matches and just go get into the lobbies and get better. And eventually the skill-based matchmaking will start working in your favor, and you'll get bot lobbies or people that are very either below your level or at your level. Yeah, there will be, even worst case scenario, you get shit on 9 games in a row. There will be a game where there will be players worse than you or at your level. But still, their response was, well, no, it's skill-based matchmaking. Skill-based matchmaking would just screw me over, this and that, this and that. At that point, it's the player. You can't blame that type of player's mentality shitting on COD because they don't want to get better at the game, or they just don't want to get better. They don't realize that their current skill level won't match up to the meta that's going on in COD right now. And I'm not talking about guns. I'm talking about just how aggressive players are in this FPS landscape right now. Moving on from that point. Let's talk about skill-based matchmaking by itself, or engagement-based matchmaking. Again, I'm not Drifter, I'm not J-God, I'm not Exclusive Ace. They have all the hard data on that. Great YouTubers, great content. This is just an average player telling you what I've experienced over the whole course of Modern Warfare and all throughout Cold War. I've played all 6 seasons of Modern Warfare. I've been playing all of Cold War. Check out my videos. But skill-based matchmaking, just for you people that may be new, is just an algorithm built in game that has hidden metrics to base what you get matched up against, whether that be your EKIA, your KD, your score per minute, how many times you die, strictly how many kills you get. It could be. And also there's fucked up metrics in there that people don't have some people have proof of. There's all kinds of theories out there, putting my tinfoil hat on right now, but there's supposedly, and I've noticed this too, and it could just be confirmation bias or whatever, but just bear with. It's that sometimes the algorithm will put like maybe players that have just started against players like, not me. I'm not saying I'm good, and I'm not blowing smoke on my own ass. I get beamed all the time. Check out my videos. Sometimes I shit on other people. Sometimes I get shit on. Sometimes the game will put new players against players that are in the triple digits of rank and have 2.8 KDs and shit, and have a playtime of like 30 hours versus these new accounts that have like barely a day on there. I mean, not 30, I mean 30 days on the other account, excuse me. And also, you have to keep in mind, there are players that roll second accounts and are just and their stats are inflated as shit because they know what they're doing, and then they do get matched with triple digit players and players that seem to know what they're doing, prestige masters, whatever. But then there are times where the game will put will put like just all types of fucked up situations where one competent player will be on one team and then his entire team is just negative KDs. People that just started the game, people that aren't on the same bracket as them, because the game is expecting you to carry. And while the other team is just filled with triple digit players, prestige masters, 3.0 KDs, mouse and keyboard players, and they're all rocking tracer packs and CDL skins, and they're all deep pockets in the store, right? And there's all types of middling and crisscross situations too. Sorry, that was my dog. Where sometimes new players will go up against those same type of players, those same type of CDL, tracer skin using, slide canceling, movement abusing, quote unquote tryhards. And the game will be doing that to expose probably a new player to dip their toes and like, oh wow, I keep getting shredded by these pink anime tracer packs. Maybe I should check out the store. Maybe that'll give me an advantage. I kind of want that gun. Just to get that thought in their head, just to create more monetary for Activision, right? For that algorithm. Because now in the COD now, Modern Warfare 2019, Cold War, I feel as though skill-based matchmaking, engagement-based matchmaking, Activision has figured out how to make it so monetizable that they won't go back to baseline skill-based matchmaking / engagement-based matchmaking. They just won't, because the current one, as fucked up as it might be, it makes them too much money. But it is a problem though. I feel like it should be cut down way the fuck down. Just maybe base it on, I'm not going to give examples on that. They got all types of engineers and analytics supports up there. They know what they're doing, which is why we're in the shit that we're in now. But my point is, skill-based matchmaking does fuck with a lot of the matchmaking, and it does make a casual game. Again, people forget that Call of Duty is a casual shooter, a casual arcade shooter. It does put a bad taste in people's mouths that kind of just want random lobbies and random experiences versus always going up against quote unquote tryhards or quote unquote people that are sweating as if the finals. For people, pivot really quick. For people that think, or people that have that immediately retort with that, like, dude, why are you? I keep going up against these guys that are sweating like it's the quarterfinals. I'm like, they could even not be sweating. They could just be playing normally, and you're just getting shit on. Sometimes I'm one of those dudes that get shit on, and also sometimes I'm one of the dudes that I'm just playing casually. I'm chilling, eating a fucking a pizza or some food, casually shitting on you while you're calling me a sweaty for shitting on you while I'm eating food. There's people like that. That goes way back to my other point about below average players that don't realize that they're shit, and the environment that COD is in now is just very aggressive and very, everybody wants to be a streamer, right? I'll leave that at that. My last point, Call of Duty as a whole, and I kind of touched on this already with skill-based matchmaking. Call of Duty as a whole needs to adjust that shit. Call of Duty is definitely, and I know the elephant in the room about Warzone. Don't get me started on that shit. Cold War is just a front for putting players into Warzone. And I know all about them. Cold War guns were meta for a second, and then moved back to Modern Warfare guns were getting phased out, and all the problems, right? All the hackers, all the bullshit. Warzone is a shitstorm. I get that, right? But my point is, COD, Warzone included, they need to get their shit together. I don't know how. I don't know. Like, I do have suggestions, but this video would get too long and I'm rambling. But that was my last one. Call of Duty does need to get its shit together and stop releasing yearly CODs. I don't think Call of Duty needs weekly Call of Duty entries. I understand why they're doing it. It's profitable, and they probably aren't going to stop. And I wholly believe that Modern Warfare could have been supported for another year before hopping into I know there's controversy about Sledgehammer or Raven Studio, whatever, right? That's not what this video is about. But Yeah, I just wanted to get those 3 points out the way. The average player, skill-based matchmaking, and Call of Duty as a whole, all of it's fucked. This community is fucked. But just some light in the dark, and maybe just sharing my opinions with you guys, and maybe you learned something from this. If you liked anything I had to say, or if I made you laugh, go and drop a like, turn on notifications, and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next one.